All right. So if you're familiar with love languages, this is going to be really good coaching for you today. So a client recently came to me whose love language is quality time. When she is spending time with her husband, she feels the most loved. And when she's not spending time with her husband, she kind of wonders if he actually loves her or if he's spending time doing something like that isn't super important to her, or he's spending time with somebody else. She feels like her need is not being met. Okay, so I want you to notice what I said and pick out what you think is going on here. When I heard what she was saying, what I heard was, I'm having a thought that's causing me a lot of pain. And my thought is, when my husband isn't spending time with me, I don't feel loved. It's just a thought that I'm choosing, right? The feeling of loved only can come from our thoughts. It can't actually come from the way that people are treating us. It can only come from the things that we are believing. And so her husband might actually be spending what you would consider a lot of time with her. You might even think that he is like extra sweet and for sure he loves her more than anything. But if she doesn't believe that, it doesn't matter how much time he is spending with her, she's always going to feel unloved because it's connected to the belief that she has that she's not getting what she needs, that she's not spending enough time with him. So I want you to think of your love language. If it's physical touch, if it's words of affirmation, whatever your love language is. And I want you to ask yourself, what am I believing about how much of this kind of love I'm receiving? And see if there's any really painful thoughts there. Because if you're thinking, I don't feel loved enough because I'm not getting like the thing that I need somebody else to do, I want you to know you don't have to feel this way and we don't have to change the other person. Now you might be thinking, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to delude myself and I'm just going to believe that they love me even though they don't actually. Here's the thing. You don't know if somebody loves you, do you? There's no proof that they love you. Even the things that they're doing, they don't necessarily mean that they love you. A lot of people do things out of manipulation, not because they love you. Or you might say, well, if somebody loves me, I can just feel it. It's like the way that they do that. And I just want to tell you, it's so open to interpretation that your brain actually has a ton of control over how you feel in this relationship. So just experiment with me. The next time that you see your person, the person who offers you the most hugs, the person you spend the most time with, I want you to see what happens if you think the thought to yourself, not even saying anything out loud, all of my love needs are met. I feel so loved. Now, that's only going to be half the part of it. Your brain is going to start to pick up on all the proof that this person already loves you a ton because it starts to do what you tell it to do. So when you tell it to go look for something like, find me all the proof that this person loves me, your brain is going to go find it. If you tell it to find the proof that you're not getting what you need and they're never spending enough time with you, I guarantee your brain is going to find it because your brain is just looking for proof that the thoughts it's thinking are true so that we can just have like this really firm grasp on reality. That's what our brain wants, is to prove all of the things that you think on a constant basis, right? So it's just going to collect all the evidence that works for it and it's going to reject all the other evidence like that doesn't fit with the narrative. So the story you're telling yourself, that is what makes you feel loved or unloved. Also, the way that you think about yourself completely influences how somebody else actually loves you. I mean, it's not going to influence their actual feelings and thoughts, but that's none of our business anyway. But in the place of being loved and feeling enough and like somebody really appreciates who you are, I want you to know there's this gold mine of feelings that you can access without anybody else. You have to go and look at yourself from an outside perspective and see all the parts of you and then say to yourself, I love you. I love all of you. I love all the parts of you that are hard to love. I love you when you're sad. I love you when you're happy. I love you when you're succeeding. I love you when you're failing. I will always love you. There's nothing wrong with you. I just love you. You don't have to compete for it. You don't have to deserve it. You don't have to win it. And when you feel this like deep sense of trust that you will always have your back, that you will always choose to love yourself, no matter what you're doing, no matter what's going on, that's when you feel secure in at least one relationship of love. It's going to be a lot easier to see if somebody actually loves you if you are loving yourself. You're going to notice their behavior like in a truer light. And it's not going to hold so much weight in your relationship. Your partner won't have to be doing so much work. As it is, they're not able to keep up with the requirements to fill all of your love needs because they're really huge, because that's the only person you're going to for love. You have to go to yourself first and be the one who fills you like 80%, where you love your hair and you love your eyes and you love the way that you do this and you love the way that you spend your time, regardless of what it is. You have to choose love. When you're unconditionally loving yourself, other people's love is also going to seem unconditional and you're going to receive it so much better. I want you to get really good at this because I want you to feel the joy that comes when you honestly feel loved all the time. It feels so good. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.